Hey guys, what's going on? This is Keith here with a Arcane Mage PvP video for you guys. Now, this video is actually a bit old. I recorded it a while back and I never got around to commentating it and uploading it. But this video is on my level 74 Arcane Mage. Currently, I think this was my level 73 pre 4.1. So all of the changes that happened to mages didn't really exist. Now, as I leveled her, she was always Frost Fire, because I always love fire. I always have, I always will. And Frost I used, just in case I was bored and I felt like, destroying people in PvP or questing with it for survivability, etc. But then I started watching Arcane PvP videos, especially, from Hangist and other people from TGN WoW. And I watched, Hangist's video on his Arcane PvP mage, and it was insane. The burst damage was ridiculous. So I went onto my mage, and I respect her. I was like, forget this. I dropped Frost and respect Arcane. Now, I did my own Arcane spec for a purpose, because I prefer to make my own Arcane, my own talent points, because I don't like, copying other people. It doesn't make me feel like me. So I spec'd it into what I felt would fit, and I was amazed. The amount of burst damage that this mage does is ridiculous. You guys will see this video. This was actually my first video as an Arcane Mage playing Eye of the Storm. Now, this video, I end up going 16-0. I dominate these people, mainly because of the burst damage. I will crit from 6k anywhere to 8, 9, and if I've got Arcane Power Up, I'll crit 11, 12. Now, being level 73, 74, people are going to be like, yeah, that's a little high. The thing is that when I leveled her, she was originally a level 70 twink. I have her in full brutal gear, straight up. The only thing I'm missing is one trinket, and that's because I never ran Sunwell Plateau to get another one, or something to that point. So I have I have a plus 25 intellect trinket from one of the Burning Crusade dungeons. So other than that, she's completely decked out, enchanted up. She has, in complete enchanted, I stacked intellect, basically I stacked intellect gems and spell power enchants, and I dominate with her. She is one of my favorite characters. She's currently level 74, almost 75, and I will never change from Arcane for PvP, because the amount of burst damage is probably the highest burst damage when it comes to PvP, because of the crits available. The more and more you use Arcane Blast, as the more it stacks, the more damage you do. And that bonus is phenomenal. Now, with 4.1 came out, I believe that the more stacks you do, it decreases the casting time even more than 4.0.6. So that helps a ton. And after 4.1 came out, I went and I PvP'd some, and I've been doing that all today. Well, I haven't today, but I was over the weekend, and miraculous difference. Arcane is the way to go. If you are a hardcore mage and you love PvPing, or if you are a mage in general, you love PvPing, then you know what? Go Arcane. Try it out. Go and try it out. The burst damage is phenomenal. The survivability is great. You've got Presence of Mind, which is perfect, to cast a Frostbolt if you need to get away, and the increased movement speed from the blink that's my baby right there. I am absolutely in love with that. Now, I always used to PvP as fire because of the proccing of Pyroblast, and you had Combustion and Living Bomb, and I loved it. It was fun because I would chase after people with Scorch, and I chase them down, proc my Pyroblast, I hit them for 9k. But 4.1 came out, and I thought, what, I'm going to give it a try. Let me give fire a try, see what it's like. I hate it so much. For some reason, I don't know what it was. If anyone has any idea, please comment below. But it seemed like my casting time was substantially less. Like, I mean, it took forever to cast things when normally it didn't take as long, and the damage seemed to have been reducted. Like, instead of proccing my Pyroblast and hitting for 9 or for 8k, I'd hit for 5k. And it had nothing to do with resilience, because I was not hitting people with resilience. I was hitting, straight up PvE gear. And I still wasn't hitting as hard as I was. And, I mean, I'll probably never stop from Fire Spec just because I love it, but for PvP, I recommend Arcane. To all of you mages out there, Frost or Arcane. Frost, personally, I find are bitches. I find them to be straight up pussies, because they've got 2 Frost Novas. All they'll do is they'll hit you with a Frost Nova, usually with their Elemental, hit you in a Deep Freeze. They'll probably pop Icy Veins and spam your ass to death. Now, I love doing that just because, that's a strategy. But, it doesn't make the game challenging. And to me, that's what I like. I like not, hardcore, but I like, when people somewhat put up a fight to the point where, I'm down to 10% HP. But I kill them off. And, with Frost, that's just, you've got your Ice Barrier, you have 2 Novas, you have your cooldowns for your Novas, you've got, your Ice Block, which you can use Cold Snap to cool that down, and it's just not as fun. People like it because you can run around and chase after people and spam them with Ice Lance, but you know what, that's just, that's ridiculous. And plus, as Arcane Barrage, that move is sick. Just watch it, man. Just whoosh, you'll see it. You're right there. I apologize. I don't know what I was looking through. I think I was looking through my talents and my glyphs, and because I was previously spec'd as Frost, my talents or my glyphs were for Frosts. And after this game, I ended up going back and I went back and I got Arcane Missiles, or Arcane Barrage and Arcane Blast, I believe, for my primes. And it made a huge difference. And I honestly, to any of you who are watching this video, even if it's one of you and you're a mage, go Arcane. I don't care what level you are. You could be, level 2 or level 10, or you could be level 85 and you've never tried it because you just thought it wasn't all that great. I recommend it. Now, probably my first 6 skills, other than Frost Nova, or my first 5 skills on my bar, I almost never use. Unless my Arcane Barrage is on cooldown and my Arcane Missiles are on cooldown, or they're not procced up, I'll hit 2, which is my Fire Blast, and I'll take them out. Other than that, I use Arcane Blast, Arcane Missiles, Arcane Barrage. That's it. And I'll slow them if I'm trying to chase after them. Or another good tactic to use is if you're chasing after someone on a mount, blink, chase after them, get to the point where you're in range, hit Presence of Mind, hit Arcane Blast. Not only will you hit them for it, but you'll also slow them if you're under those talents, because you don't want them getting away from you. The benefit of Mage, especially if you've got insane burst damage, as Arcane does, you want to be able to chase them down and kill them with Arcane Blast, spamming your different skills, and having that slow is really helpful. Or another good benefit, which I tend to use in flag carrying games, so Warsong Gulch, is if I'm chasing after a flag carrier but he's close away, I'll get on my mount, chase after him, activate Presence of Mind, and then sheep him. And then what I'll do is, as long as he doesn't trinket it, I will get close to him, Frost Nova him, and spam his ass down. That's just that's as simple as it fucking gets. I will spam his ass down, take him out, return the flag. This is ridiculous. You guys, you've seen me. I have not died yet because, I've had people in-game, they'll see me kill someone, and then they'll come over to Alliance and be like, dude, you kill someone and then you run away like a little bitch. I'm like, no, I'm smart. If you're a mage, you don't want to just stand there. If you're a paladin, a prop paladin, you know what? You've got the, the survivability, the durability. But as a mage, being a cloth wearer and not as high HP, etc., it's not that smart. You don't just want to stand there when you've got, 14 horde coming after you. You want to run away. And that's what I do. I take advantage of it. When I see people coming for me, I run away, which is the easiest thing to do. You run away, get in range, hope your survivability is up, and you know what? You're good to go. And Mage was originally my first character. I always loved mages because of their not only their survivability and their damage, but I've always been a ranged kind of person. I'm not one to fight melee, even though my main is a Death Knight. Um, you know, I love spellcasts. It's just how I am. Mages are always my thing. I'm been debating on leveling up Landisbearing my mage to 85, but being only 75, I hate northern quests. The northern end area, I hate it. Once I hit 80, oh, I love Cataclysm. But northern, I hate it. I don't mind the last couple of places, but like Zuldrak, you've got Borean Tundra, all those other places, I hate them. Their quest line is so boring. But once you hit Hajal, oh, it's so entertaining. It's so much fun. So I've been debating. It's only 5 levels. I can quest like shit, and I probably will. I don't know. It's just a matter of actually doing it. But lately, I've been trying to get PvP gear for my Death Knight, which eventually I will put up some PvP videos and arena videos. I've had people come to me for being a Death Knight because I know my strategy. The number 1 Death Knight on my server, Anion, he's an unholy Death Knight, and he's ridiculously good. But Frost in PvP, I recommend is smarter. People like going blood for survivability, and unholy is nice because you have your ghoul as your pet. But Frost, you get instant proc obliterates, and they'll crit. At 85 with PvP gear and gemmed up and chanted up, they'll crit for anywhere from 28 at the least to 42. I've crit some people for 60k. It all depends on, and it's the best because if you have Chain of Ice and you're talented right, you can freeze them, and you can constantly freeze them, especially flag runners, which is the best advantage of being a Frost Mage, or, wow, Frost DK, so it's all different. But eventually I will get that video. I will get a couple of those videos up for you guys. I've been focused on school, graduation up in about 3-4 weeks or so. I'm only in high school, but I'll get that shit up for you guys. And if you guys have requests, please, shoot, let me know. I will gladly get what I can. I'm leveling a shaman if you want some shaman, dungeons. He's a resto and elemental. If you guys want, I also have a 67 warrior, which you guys know of already. I've got a 70 druid. And shit, I'll be willing to make a leveling series for any class you guys want, any race. Just let me know, and I'll consider it, and I'll do my best to get those videos for you guys. So just commenting below, comment on my channel, please. Don't hesitate to ask. I doubt any TGN people are going to be watching this, but if you are, I want to give you guys a shout out because you guys are my life. Every day I get onto YouTube and my subscription box, I'm waiting for more TGN WoW videos to come up, and when they do, I'm happy. When they don't, you know what? It's alright. Towley, Tyrion Bezbald, Deadly Slob, Hangist, Big C. You guys are awesome. I love you guys. You guys are amazing. You guys are what got me into WoW videos. To those of you who are watching and don't know who I'm talking about, I will put a description to their channel in my box, in the description box, and you guys enjoy them, subscribe to them. Please subscribe, rate, comment, give me feedback because I'm not really used to this and I'd really like your opinions. If you guys have suggestions, you know what, I'm always open. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's time for me to head out. Thanks again.